happy day. I welcome everyone for this session today. We would like to brief you on two contemporary topics of management. In today's session, we would be covering Industry 5.0 and workforce diversity. This is Alamelu from the Department of Business Administration. Industry 5.0. Industry 5.0 is the latest in the evolution from the days of industrial revolution. Here, we would talk about synchronizing human activities with advanced technologies incorporated with machines for better human production. We would emphasize on human centricity, collaborating advanced technologies like AI, robotics, IoT for better production and better employee engagement activities. This creates a more personalized, sustainable and a resilient production system which is better suited for today's generation. The core pillars of Industry 5.0 are human centricity, sustainability and resilience. Human centricity focuses on synchronizing the activities of the humans with that of the modern technology. It creates a better workplace for people involved into the process. In the idea of sustainability, we are creating a greener world for the future generation and accommodating all the latest innovations as possible. And last but not the least, in resilient, we try to accommodate all the changes in the technology, the changes in the infrastructure, the logistics, the production system in order to create a better world. Next, we would like to discuss on the challenges that are faced in the organizations in implementing Industry 5.0. The first to be noted under this would be technological implementation. Deploying the latest technologies in the industries as such is not an easy task. Infrastructure requirements, training of the workforce and also effective utilization of these technologies is of drastic importance. The next is the shortage of skilled workforce. The generations that are working currently, there is a light possibility of resistance to change. This creates a gap in the workforce culture and training them requires a lot of task. The next is the high implementation cost of the infrastructure requirements. Not an easy task as far as the deployment of the hardware, software, training modules and the other activities in order to have a fully customized and Industry 5.0 setup in every organization. Next comes in the cyber security risk that are involved with voluminous amount of data being captured in the cloud area and making it as secure as possible for every organization is a great headache. Next in comes in the cultural resistance that is generally faced by top management and also by the employees. Thus, these sum up the latest challenges that is faced by the organizations in implementing 5.0. Next, we go on to the applications and the benefits of implementing 5.0. The applications and the benefits in implementing Industry 5.0 are fivefold. To start with and state a few of them, we could say that healthcare industry has majorly benefited from deploying robots in surgery to AI being a prescription for any availability of online doctors. Next, cobots being used in the automation industry is of the greatest advantage, increasing the production to highest demands. Next, we also have experienced smart mirrors in the retail industry and also the applications that are available in every one mobile, making and customized and a comfortable shopping experience in this particular sector. The last that could be also stated is on the agricultural industry, where precision farming, smart irrigation methods are all made available only because of the implementation of Industry 5.0. We could also definitely state about the drone technology that actually serves as a defense mechanism and saving so many lives as our country's future. In next, we talk about the benefits that are being served in Industry 5.0 as such in whole. Job satisfaction is the highest as far as employees are concerned. Employees are better engaged in using these modern techniques, resilient atmosphere and sustainable ecosystem. It creates an overall better atmosphere or an ecosystem for the workers, and the organization is benefited a lot because of this. The next point could be talked about as the environmental protection. Years of industrialization has created an ecosystem which has caused a lot of harm to the global environment. Industry 5.0 considers sustainability as its priority goal, and thus the future is in safe hands. Last but not the least, the last benefit that could be stated is stronger human-machine synergy. The interaction or the involvement of humans and the machines is always a very required task in the future. There can never be a separation of the usage of the machine world into humans as such. Thus, creating a collaborative effort with a positive work culture creates a better world for the future. Yes, we now proceed to the next topic on workforce diversity. This is again another important topic in today's world. Gen Z is the word now. Every organization has workforce predominantly occupied by Gen Z as such. The culture and the intake of Gen Z is a little different compared to the previous generations. The characteristics are mostly data driven, information technology required, and they also focus on a varied workforce involving inclusivity and diversity in their work culture. Thus, workforce diversity in implementing in the organizations is of greater importance. Workforce diversity refers to individuals from varied backgrounds occupying different positions in an organization and still collaborating in for the highest efforts of the organization and themselves. This kind of a culture of varied workforce creates a better environment in the organization, and people definitely have a lot of ripples against each other. There is a strong differences with respect to their culture, gender. It promotes a lot of collaborative efforts among the individuals in the organization to create an atmosphere where employees are engaged and organizational well-being is being prioritized. Workforce diversity mainly is divided into 4 main categories. First one being demographic diversity, as it covers diversity concepts on age, gender, occupation and so on. The next being the cultural diversity, where the diversity aspects is being from the employees' cultural background, religion background and so on. The third being on cognitive diversity, thinking of the problem solving nature, the general capacity of the individuals, the skill set the individuals are being employed for, and also the mindset in which the people collaborate with each other. The last is on functional diversity, which mainly focuses on educational background of the people and their designations inside the job. Importance of workforce diversity. First and foremost, it creates an environment which is very innovative and diversified in its background. People of different background when clubbed together and work as a team, it creates a team which is of stronger work culture and producing a lot of innovation among themselves. It also has a group which is of diverged thinking background, and thus new ideas easily pop out. Next, we can also talk about improved employee engagement, as people are more involved into the process and they collaborate in an effective way. In order to implement all these, ethical laws needs to be implemented in the organization to consider ethical and legal issues for better organization productivity. Strategies that can be used to implement workforce diversity easily in an organization are, first and foremost, inclusive hiring practices. Hiring practices needs to be done in a very inclusive way, where any biases with respect to hiring of employees, training of the employees, induction of the employees need to be taken care of. Proper training and mentoring support, if done, provides a pipeline of good leadership qualities within an organization which caters to its needs in the future. The next strategy that could be also considered is flexible working policies. When organization is able to support its employees with flexible work requirements, as people are from diverse backgrounds, it creates a better and a smooth working inside the organization. The last is employee resource groups. These resource groups are formed because of the organization's support that has been extended in creating diverse groups within the organization. The challenges in implementing workforce diversity inside an organization, first and foremost being the communication barriers. People coming from different backgrounds definitely face a lot of difficulties in adapting themselves to the requirements of the current scenario, be it whether with respect to the culture, the food, the religious practices, the holidays that are supported, everything requires a drastic change. And this is being supported with the help of the organizational efforts that the employees are able to adapt to the requirements. The next is the resistance to change. When organizations are able to impart the inertia that generally the employees face during their work tenure in an organization, their transition from a different culture into the new is taken care of in a very smooth manner. Next is the tokenism that needs to be avoided in the organization. As far as any bias that is to be considered, top management or within the lower level management, when it is being restricted, as soon as it is being identified, it creates a better and a smoother work-life balance among the employees in the organization. 4 benefits are majorly listed as far as implementing workforce diversity. First and foremost, increased innovation. Organizations promoting workforce diversity have increased innovative products or services that are implemented first and gain competitive advantage in the ecosystem. Next, being higher employee satisfaction. Employees are satisfied and create employee engagement engaged in the organizations. It creates better output of the organization also when preferred to the others in the same industry. The next is the access to the global talent. When industries are ready to absorb workforce from diverse groups, it becomes accessible as a hub of global talents. Thus, people from diverse backgrounds are able to contribute and work for their betterment and also for the organization. The last is better financial performance. The organization grows along with its employees as the financial figures definitely reflect a better quality. Combining Industry 5.0 and workforce diversity creates a smarter and a more adaptive industry space which provides greater efforts for the well-being of the organization and the employees. Thus, I could conclude that success depends on the visionary leadership and a commitment to inclusive and a responsible innovative ecosystem for the future leaders. Thank you.